Travel, beauty, fashion, entertainment, arts, fitness, celebrity interviews, and inspiring, engaging conversations with some of the best new and old music around. All this and more when you tune into On the Go with Tiffany Patton podcast. Now, here's your host, Tiffany Patton.
Let's get on the go with Tiffany Patton. On the go with Tiffany Patton.
Good afternoon. You are listening and watching On the Go with Tiffany Patton, your link to love, life, and liberty. And I have a very special guest with us today. I have been waiting for this interview because I absolutely adore her. Like, she is it for me. I mean, she is everything that I embody. She is jazz. She is gospel. You talk about a vibe. She's a whole vibe. Better yet, she's a mood and all in of herself. And we'll be talking to the very beautiful Lisa McClendon. But as always, we like to start off with the word of the day. And I'm going to introduce you to her in just a moment. Today's word of the day is very simple. You've probably heard it. And it's Philippians 4:13. I can do all things which he has called me to do through him who strengthens and empowers me to. Now, the 2022 version of that is this. I use the amplified version of that scripture because a lot of times we get frustrated in life and in doing certain things. And sometimes we don't really realize or take the time to stop and ask ourselves, is this really what I need to be doing? Because he empowers us to do the things which he has called us to do. And sometimes we do things to help people out. Sometimes we do things to not have other people stress out and we try to, kind of get in there. Sometimes we do things because it's just something that we desire to do or love to do, but did God tell you to do it? Did you check with him? Because sometimes we get, because I've done it many times, I've exasperated my little silly self, and I've gone around doing all these different things. I don't know, Lisa, if you've done it too, but I've done so many things, getting so busy trying to, and it's a good thing. I'm doing it to be good or to be helpful, or even because it's something that I'm interested in. But it's not until I finally get at the end of myself and I get stressed out and I'm probably doing this pity party with God and I'm praying. And he's like, I didn't tell you to do that, baby girl. You're stressing your own self out because of things that you're doing. It's a good thing, honey, but it's not a God thing. So just sometimes take time out and stop and know that no matter what it is, if God called you to it, he's going to strengthen you for it. I'm not saying that it may not get hard. I'm not saying that you may not be tried, because the trying of your faith, that's always going to come when it's something that you're called to do, because the enemy doesn't want to see you succeed. But if you continue and you press and you faint not, I guarantee you, this is a fixed fight. You're going to win. You just have to keep pressing. God is no respecter of person. And if he did it for the last person that you watched him do it for, and if he did it for you last time, last year, 10 years ago, 10 months ago, 10 minutes ago, he's going to do it again. You just have to have that staying power and just know that he will not fail you, that you are going to win. This is a fixed fight. I don't care what the enemy says. I don't care who he uses. You are going to win and succeed. So just know that today. That is the word of the day. Be encouraged and know that he is going to equip you for everything that he's called you to. Now, with that said, now it's for the beauty of the hour. Oh my goodness. This woman, as an award-winning international recording artist, Lisa McClendon is no stranger to the music world. She arrived on the scene in 2002 with her debut release, My Diary, Your Life. Her debut resounded through the music industry, making her a household name. Her unique fusion of jazz, soul, and funk birthed a sensibility to her sound that has drawn comparisons to the likes of Lauryn Hill, Jill Scott, India Arie, and the list goes on. Lisa McClendon now returns with a sound that has been described as a dose of melodic healing and rhythmic therapy wrapped up in soul and jazz. The goal for her is to have this new music bring about awareness and healing. You can't heal what you're not aware of. Let me introduce you to this woman who is everything. She is a whole vibe and mood in herself. God broke the mold when he made her. Welcome, the beautiful Lisa McClendon. Hello, my sister.
Hello, my sister. I'm doing amazing. So glad to be here. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yes, goodness.
Yes.
You are okay. So what I'm going to tell you is when I first fell in love with you, and you're no stranger to the show because it's been so many years. I feel like first of all, COVID took about 2 or 3 years out of our life.
Yes,
right?
it was, yeah. Yes.
That's the whole thing.
Yes.
But your sound for me, because when you're a believer and you're a Christian, it's almost like at first I felt like I didn't know really how to balance this thing. I didn't know how to serve God but still keep who he made me to be.
Mm.
And so a lot of times, some things I don't need to listen to. Some things I don't need to put here. That's fine.
Right.
But I still have, I think everybody has a vibe that they move to inwardly, that God places inside of them.
Yeah.
And when I heard your music, oh my God, I said, she's it. Oh my God. See, because to me, you can still have, I guess it is the soul and the jazz. I've always been a lover of jazz, always been a lover of soul. And I never thought that should be just, what they say, throw the baby
well out with the bath water.
Yes. I never thought you should do that. And you were able to infuse it both so perfectly. And now with this new one, oh my goodness. It's called Mood. And she is that. And it says exactly what we need. How did you go from there, where you started, to here? Because I know I never really knew where to put you. I was like, okay, is she a Christian artist? Or is she a jazz artist? Or is she a soul artist? I'm like, well, wherever she is, I'm signing up for it. I'm moving wherever
I think because when I first came out, it was really different then.
Yes.
But if you really listen to gospel now, it's not that much different. It's like everybody, you hear the soul all through gospel. Yes. You hear the vibe all through gospel. Yes. I think the person that I can really connect with and say, if I had to point to what I am, is I would say I'm a lot like a PJ Morton. Yes. A whole lot like a PJ Morton in the sense of my heart is to sing about life, relationships with myself, with God and the world around me. And that's all infused with the gospel undertone because that's our upbringing. That's what we know. That's who we are. And what? No, it's just funny because I always hear that. I didn't want to let my Jill Scott go, and you save me. And I'm like, well, you can keep your Jill Scott, and you can keep me too. How about that? How about you do both? You can keep Andrea too. So definitely, but it is that gospel, jazz, soul infusion. All of it. All of it. All of it. All of it. I am she.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So Mood. And so you've been away for a little while. When you're gone, is that the time? I want to know, what was it that inspired you for this new project? I know like I said, we just came out of a pandemic. I don't know if there were some things that happened during that time frame. If you had some kind of awakening moments or aha moments, a lot of people did because they had time to kind of deal with themselves, where we kind of run from ourselves a lot. What was the process for you putting together this new project?
The process for me has been the awareness of mental health. And I see mental health under huge attack because we are just so doggone busy. Yeah. Partly because we're just so inundated with information, with data, with internet, with social media, with demands at work, with demands of family. Things are moving a lot faster and it's the norm. It's not like you can move slow and you're like, well, I'm just going to move slow. You're going to get left because the norm is things are moving quite quickly. And I just don't think that God really designed our brains to process stuff so much, so soon, so quickly. And it's funny because I was driving the other day. I literally was driving maybe 2 days ago. And I thought about the story of Adam and Eve And when was the conversation about God didn't want them to know the knowledge, don't knowing of. Yes. And it was almost like, not that I don't want you to know, but but I don't want you to know too much too soon, because I want you to be able to savor. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think we're in a season in a time where we can savor. And so mood is like a savor. Move is like, let me stop and taste this moment. Let me stop and embrace this moment, because that's exactly how it came. I just came in, had a long day, had got an invitation to go out and hang out with a girlfriend, and I was so tired. And I was like, look, I'm not gonna make it. I was like, I wanna grab me some tea.
Yes.
Some inner light tea. And can't yes. And I was just like, and I want to just sit on the couch and do nothing. I want to savor this moment of peace. And that's exactly what I did. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's a song. How many people need to be reminded that we shouldn't always be hustling? There is a time for rest. There is a time for, even if you're in a relationship, even if you're married, even as couples, you need time apart to reset so that I can be refreshed to be with you. So that's what mood is. And mood is a savor. It's a moment for savor.
Well, listen, we definitely are going to savor this song. I'm going to play it here.
Okay.
And if you had to introduce the song, go ahead and introduce that song for us.
Go ahead and get your tea. Go ahead and light your candle. Get your comfortable spot on your pillow on your bed, and hear and take a listen and relax and savor this mood by Lisa McClendon.
Yes.
It's been a long day, and I can't wait to get home. No hanging out tonight, I'm hanging in, I just wanna be alone. Kick my shoes off, maybe watch some cable, ain't got no plans, and I think I relax on the couch, 'cause I'm fine with where I am, 'cause tonight be like candlelight. It's a mood, said tonight be like candlelight. It's a mood, oh tonight be like candlelight. It's a mood, tonight be like candlelight. It's a mood. It's a mood. It's a mood.
that is a whole mood, vibe, whatever you want to call it. I absolutely love that song. And I wanted even more. I was like, oh, okay, I won't. Can I loop this? I'm gonna just loop it because it is such, first of all, it calms you. And it slows you for me being a person that's very busy. And I wear many different hats, added caregiver to the mix. Like it slows everything down for me. And it just says, you know what? Nope, just stop. Even if you're just stopping long enough to listen to the song, just take it in, breathe, exhale, and just stop. I love the song. The purpose behind the song stated as mental wellness. And it's kind of helping others to stop and be aware of self-care and self-love. What would you say to the person who feels overwhelmed just with life right now? Because life happens. And a lot of times, if we don't take the nuggets of other people who may have already done the work or know the answers, we can find ourselves in a place or a rabbit hole, going down a rabbit hole that we don't want to go down. Outside of listening to this song, because and that's not just for purposes of promoting it, it really does. There's an anointing on the song that it really does arrest you and slows you down, and it calms you. It gives me a sense of peace and tranquility. And a lot of times people struggle to find that. What would you say to that person who's kind of struggling right now?
That we all go through it. Everyone, regardless of how big the smiles are on social media, everyone has their moment of overwhelm. And the best thing you can do is give yourself permission to walk away from a moment and lay down. It's that simple. I've had to literally say, you are going to go take a nap right now. You're going to go sit in your car for 5 minutes and close your eyes, because the things that you have to take care of, it'll be there when you get back. I have literally told myself on occasions, walk away, just walk away. And when we find out when we can walk away, we make space and we make room for solutions. There's an actual scientific theory that says when you have a writer's block, especially as creators as we are, if you look at something blank, it triggers something in your mind to release the creative information that you need. And I've tried it. Like if I'm writing and I get writer's block, I either close my eyes and look at the back of my eyelids, or I'll look at the white ceiling and I'll lock in for about 5 minutes, and it literally unlocks the blockage.
I'm gonna do that.
So it just lets you know that, again, what we talked about in the beginning, sometimes we're like computers. It's the overprocessing of data. And what do we have to do sometimes? Shut the computer off. Well, they'll tell you, the first thing they say in troubleshooting, but let's go ahead and power down.
Yes. Woo.
That's what I'm going to say to people. Hey, just power down. First, realize that you're not by yourself, because that's always comforting knowing that you're not the only one. You're in good company. And then power down. Just power down and let God reset you.
Woo. That's good. Power down and let God reset you. So what do you do? What do you do to get comfortable and relaxed? So what do you do to recharge?
So my whole bedroom is an oasis.
Yes.
Like I literally feel like when I come home, it's besides my kids when they're here, who are not kids anymore, they're grown.
Right.
It's a big hug for me, because I'm intentional about my bedroom. One of the ways I wind down is I set my bedroom to be a mood. Way before this song, my bedroom was always a mood. Like I have my salt lamp, which is salt is shown, and it's funny how even the Bible references salt as a preserver and so many things spiritually. But salt is good for our bodies. So I have my salt lamp. I have my scented candles always. I make sure it's something as simple as it is very rare that I leave home with my bed not made. It's something about walking back in the house from a chaotic day all day and to walk into something that's welcoming you, something that's been prepared for your return. And I don't think we realize how for me, how important it is for me to come back to my room at the end of the day and my room smells fresh and my bed is made and it's preparing for me to come and rest. And I just think that's what we need to do. We need to prepare our a space for us to return to at the end of the day, because life does this all day to us.
Yes.
But where do
Yes,
you go
it
at the end of
does.
the day for the end of the day to do this to you?
Mm.
So I just create that space that does this for me, and it just happens to be my bedroom, and that's where I create my mood. Get my tea, grab a book, sit back, and yeah.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Okay, so quick, fast questions. Stuff. Let's get to know Lisa McClendon. Favorite song. Favorite song.
Wow. Right now.
Yes, right
Right
now.
now. Wow, I love music, period. Man. Well, let's just say who I'm listening to right now. Is
Who
that
are
okay?
you?
Okay.
That'll work.
So
Who are
right,
you listening to right?
okay. So I'm
Who's on your
listening
playlist?
to my playlist right now is PJ Morton's new Watch the Sun and
Yes.
Jameson Ross's new album. What is his name album? Is it J Ross? J Ross? It's a phenomenal album. But Jameson Ross is
Yes.
oh amazing jazz artist. So those are the two people that I've been rotating here lately. I just go back and forth between those songs, loving all of their songs, all of them.
Love it. Who would you like to collaborate with that you haven't? Oh, okay. So
Point blank. And I say that mainly because when I was first coming out, before there was a huge social media presence, when it was just MySpace.
mhm. I remember that. Yes, ma'am.
And I was trying to connect with my sound. I was listening to so many artists and trying to figure out where I fit in. And I really didn't fit in with any place, in the gospel genre. And I was like, I can't. And I don't know how I even came across him. But PJ Morton was a part of a group. He had a group called Freestyle Nation. And somebody introduced me to him. And before our sessions, every session, I would sit in the studio for hours and just play his album. And it just because he even back then he was merging soul, jazzy, gospel. And I was
Mhm.
like, that's me. Like I never heard the sound that I am through anybody else. He
Yes.
gave me permission to be myself. I heard it in my head what I wanted to be, but I hadn't seen it. Mm?
Good.
And
That's
so when I
good.
heard it, I was like, wait a minute, that's it. Somebody's doing it. And so yeah, I definitely wanna redo one of his songs from Freestyle Nation, but I would love to collaborate with him just because I'm just such a fan of his work, and he really inspired the Lisa McClendon brand in general.
Well, I would love to see that. I'm definitely going to tag him because I would love to see you and PJ Morgan. That
Me
would
too.
be amazing. What other talents do you have outside of singing that we don't know that you really love to do that no one probably knows?
Man, I really love gardening. Yes, I love gardening. I'm really big into when I slow down and have a mood moment.
Hmm.
Holistic health. I do have a certification in holistic health. Well, the first stage, I was on my way to get a medical field for the natural side of it, but I came back to music. But I love that side. Anything arts. I love African dance. I do African dance. Yes, and I'm also a student. I'm a student, psychology student right now,
Nice.
media psychology. So how human beings behave or respond to media, whether that's music, books, movies.
Mhm.
So I'm really, really good at, well, I'm trying to be really good at making sure I could connect the human behavior. So I guess learning. I love to learn. That
Good.
sounds boring, but I love to
No.
learn. Well, those are those are my big things. I used to make jewelry a long time ago. I've been on the fence about making jewelry again.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see. If you see something pop up, next to,
We'll
y'all,
definitely get it.
yes, yes, yes. So
That's your
yes,
style.
yes, yes. So yeah, yes. And I do so. I went to school. I don't think people know this about me, but I actually started out as an adult, went to school for fashion design. That
Wow.
is really huge for me. Yes, fashion design. I remember when I was going into music, my mom was like, girl, you don't went to school all this time for fashion. You want to switch over to music? And she's like, you'll use it again. So I do see myself in the future doing something with fashion for sure.
I can see a clothing line because that's one of the things that I've always loved about you too. You've always had your own style. And it was but your style was about no, seriously. Like I was like, "Oh, I wonder where she got the skirt from. Like I like how did she know to do that? Put the hair wrap with the
That,
yes. I'm telling you, I watch. I'm a watcher.
and it's funny because I see my daughter now and I'm like,
Oh,
I'm like, how does she think to do that with that? Huh?
Right.
Never mind, Diamond. I'm like, never mind. You are so your mom. Never mind. So yes.
Do you find it challenging balancing your career and being a mom?
I don't, because my kids are older. My daughter's 22 and my son's
Oh,
17. They're grown.
oh yeah, they both.
Yes, they're grown.
It's mommy time.
Yes. It's
So this is the perfect time.
yeah. So they're like, and my son is going into music now. He's just started producing, and it's like
Yes.
amazing watching him, hearing
Yeah.
him and hearing him in his sessions. I'm like, this kid is really writing. Like he's really
Yeah.
amazing. He's become an amazing artist. He actually headed to college to study production. So they're
Nice.
older, but when they were younger, I just had a great support team.
Yeah.
My first international tour, my daughter traveled with me. When my son was born and he was finally cleared by the doctors to travel, I had a nanny travel with me. So I've always been
Nice.
pretty good with having a balance and keeping them in the loop on my career.
What's next for Lisa McClendon?
Man, the next single, we're gonna drop the next single. We're gonna keep dropping more music. I am a ADHD advocate for women and children, and
Mhm.
so I'm really pushing in the community to connect my music with supporting that cause, so people can have a better understanding of what it is and support it, and know that it's just not somebody who gets distracted, because ADHD is way more than just somebody getting simply distracted. So I
Mhm.
definitely want to do more in the community to help with that cause, and more philanthropy work. Right now, just joined an organization called Tampa Women for Good, which is a philanthropy organization that gives to nonprofits that need funding. So I'm just really trying to put myself in a place of helping. I
Yes.
help already through music. What else can I do? So those definitely are the
Service.
things I'm looking to do right now. I'm excited. Yes.
I'm excited for you. You are in the perfect space.
Yes.
It's
Thank
the
you.
right time, and your music really does touch the masses, and it touches us in a very unique and raw way. And I love
Yes.
it. I love it.
Thank you.
I wish you all of the best, because I'm telling you, and I hope now. I don't know if I'm starting to see music videos come back. Is that an end thing? Because I would love to see some music videos. I don't know if that's a thing
I
that
would love that. No, they're more like lifestyle videos.
yeah.
If I can just slow down, I definitely can get one done. But it's just slowing down. But definitely, if not for mood, definitely the second single I have in my head to go ahead and make that happen.
Nice. So you're doing a tour. Can you have any dates and come up to let us know where you're gonna be at so that we can get
Yes.
tickets or be in the place of where you're gonna be?
Yeah, so we'll definitely keep it posted on IG. I am Lisa McClendon, and then Facebook, Lisa McClendon Music. My next show is in St. Petersburg. I am headed to, I think it's in Nebraska. I think it's Nebraska. I know, right? The Nebraska, Atlanta, California. Definitely heading back to New York. So I will definitely post all our dates so you guys can make sure y'all come out.
Come to
I'll
the
make
D, come to Detroit. I don't know if I have
yes.
if I can
Oh,
facilitate or something.
my
I love
homegirl
it.
is working on something like that now. I don't know if you know Kim Pratt of the Kim Pratt Show,
No,
Kiwi. Yeah, she's in
no.
Detroit and she's trying to get me to Detroit. So definitely,
Yes,
I'll keep you
please.
posted. Yes,
Yes, please,
yes,
please, because we'll definitely
yes,
come out and support.
yes, yes, yes,
Telling you, make sure that you're on all social media platforms now, all
yes,
streaming sites now. So
yes.
Spotify,
Yes, I'm on Apple
iTunes,
Music, Spotify. You can get the
Apple
new
Music.
song. Apple, any platform streaming, but Apple Music, Spotify, you name it, is there. YouTube Music, SoundCloud. Go ahead and get the new song. And please go to YouTube for Lisa McClendon Mood and help us stream the audio visual video as well.
And
Mood.
we're definitely going to do that, and we'll make sure that we add it here as well for them to see and have a whole vibe and mood again, because you can never get too
Yes.
much of that song. Make sure
Yes.
that you get yourself some tea, a candle, light it, and just have an entire mood. I'm telling you.
Yes.
You have been watching and listening. I thank you so much for being our special guest, Lisa.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome back anytime. Is there anything else that you'd like for us to know that you have coming up outside of your tour?
Oh no, that's look, we're gonna keep our focus on mood and this next
Yes.
single and just pushing it. I'm just excited. I'm excited to be back doing music. And you said something
Yes.
earlier about timing, because I felt the same thing. It's about timing, and just to encourage your audience, just take that first step. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. just take the first step and then the next step. And before you know it, as you're pushing, God got other people pushing you, and they got their hands in the fire with you. So you got this for sure.
You said it all. You got this. You got this. Please make sure that you follow Lisa McClendon. Make sure that you download her music on all of the Apple Music, Spotify. Her new project is called Mood. You definitely want to make sure that you download it, share it with a friend, share it with several friends. I'm telling you and your friends can get together and listen to it. Have some coffee, have some tea, light a candle, and sit and talk. I'm telling you. I mean, if you want coffee, that's fine, but we're tea people here.
And candles.
Right. And candles. So make sure that you do that. Have a listening party with her song and just enjoy. I'm telling you, this song is anointed to literally give you the peace and the tranquility and give you a moment to pause for yourself, some self-care, self-love moments. I thank you so much once again, Lisa, for being our very special guest, being on the go with us. And I'm telling you, just know that it's someone who needs you exactly the way you are. Sow love and show love, because someone does need you just the way you are. You've been listening and watching On the Go with Tiffany Patton, your link to love, life, and liberty. And just know, give it over to God. He has it. I'm telling you, if he gave it to you, he'll allow you the strength and he'll do what you can't do. You've been watching On the Go with Tiffany Patton, your link to love, life, and liberty.
Come on, let's see what's happening. Let's get on the go with Tiffany.